When it rains, it pours. For 4 months, this KM9 box, I could not use it because the main programs I use is MB and Plex, and this would not even play it. So this is one of the newest boxes that they've got, but it was no good for me for about 2 months. And then all of a sudden, a couple of days ago, Magendanz ported his KM3 box over to this KM9, and I used that a couple of days ago, and it worked perfectly. And today I look, and there's on the Russian website, there's another mod for this, another port from the KM9 Pro Firmware. So we'll try that out and see how that works. So I'll show you how to put it on this box. The first thing we're going to need, we need a male-to-male USB cord. Now this one is a store-bought one. I had been using my homemade for a long time, and this one we have to use a toothpick. The reset hole is in the AV port. If I can find the AV port. Okay, here's the toothpick in the AV port. Hold that down. You can feel it and you can hear it. Now I'm going to plug in the USB 2 plug. Okay, did you hear it? It went boop, 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 and there's the connect. So we'll go ahead and do from there. Okay, we've got our box connected now. So what we need to do is download a firmware for it. So let's go ahead and go to the website. Now here's the one. This is the Russian website. Here's the firmware that they were talking about. Now this is for the Mecool KM9 Pro. So let's go ahead and download it. Hopefully we're not eaten up with viruses. Primary download. Okay, we're going to download it from there. See how long it takes. Oh, that's fast. That's really fast. Now if you notice, it's KM9 ATV version. So, and it's in the 7Z, so it's compressed using a different compression, but we will uncompress it when it gets done. Okay, it's done. So now let's look for the download folder. There it is right there. Okay, that's C. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to open that with, I use 7-Zip. It's a free program. We're running on Windows 10. So I'm going to open the archive, and there it is right there. So I'm going to go ahead and extract it. Okay, while it's extracting it, so that was the file there, okay? Now, here is the KM9 Pro, okay? Now, the one that I have is this one here, the Mecool KM9 with the voice. They don't sell that one anymore. They sell the Pro now instead. And this is the male USB, the USB cable that I'm using was $1.69, and that is from Gear Best. So that's the box I got. Here's Mr. Chad Magendanz's. There is the port that he made using the KM3. So I was running that one for about 2 days, and it works almost perfectly, but I just want to see what this one looks like. So anyway, we got that one. Let's see if the downloads are complete. Okay, there it is right there. It's been extracted. So let's go back to our burning tool. File, import. Let's go to downloads. There it is right there. Open it. Click start. We're not erasing the bootloader. We're not erasing the flash. We're erasing the flag, and we're erasing the bootloader. Excuse me on that. So we are erasing both of those, the flash and the bootloader. So 3%, 7%. All right, I'll go ahead and pause this until it gets done. Takes about 3.5 minutes. Okay, we'll pop in for just a minute, and it's 2 and 28 seconds so far, so it's still installing, so hold on. Okay, it's almost done, 97%. Okay, I'm using the Amlogic USB burning tool version 2.1.70. Okay, it's done successfully, and here's the name of it. So we'll go ahead and click stop, and we're done. So we close that out and we're done. So let's go ahead and disconnect it and take it over and connect it to our 4K TV and see what happens. Okay, so now we've got that Russian firmware that's burnt into this Mecool KM9 box. Let's boot her up and see what happens. Okay, Google, turn on the extension cord. Here's the first boot up. The other one was almost perfect. The Magendanz port from KM3 to the KM9 was almost perfect. So let's see what this one looks like. Let's see if it's the same thing or something different. Well, we will find out. So right now it's booting up. Shouldn't take that long. I could have paused it, but I wanted to see exactly how long it takes for it to boot up from a clean install. Should be just about ready now. This is probably one of the easiest boxes to install a different firmware on. It connects super fast to the computer using the USB burning tool. Really fast. Okay, should be logged in right soon. I'll just pause it for a second. Okay, it took about a minute or two. All right, let me go ahead and pair this up. Now the other firmware paired the remote almost instantly. Okay, I'm about 10 foot away. All right, now the little flash light on the remote is flashing. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and sign in and I'll be right back. Okay, that was really fast logging in using my cell phone. So Netflix don't run on it. I don't have Hulu. Okay, we'll install those and see what happens. And Google Cast was not working on the other ports, and I doubt it'll work on this one, but we'll find out. Let's see if there's any difference. Let's go over here. And I'm using Ethernet. Okay, KM9 Pro. Okay, this is a different version. So this is from the KM9 Pro, which is Google certified, but I doubt if this port will make it officially certified. So we'll find out, because the firmware that came on this box is not Google certified, but this firmware that I'm putting on here is, so we will find out. Okay, so this is a different firmware, so we'll see how this one works. Well, first thing I need to do, go to display, and I need to disable that and turn that one off. Okay, now the colors should come in. Before that, the colors were bad. Okay, you can see the difference in color now. All right, let me go ahead and set up some of my other programs and find out if Google Cast works, and I'll be right back. Oh, and by the way, this, let's see what we got here. Now, one thing I can tell, if I go to Google Play Movies, if it plays the movie that I already paid for, my library, Back to the Future, if it plays this, then yes, it is Google certified. But if it don't play it, then no, it is not Google certified. Nope, okay. It will not play it, so this is not Google certified. So this firmware update did not change that. Okay, I added a couple of my favorite apps. Now, one thing about this box, under audio, it selects formats. It automatically selects the one that it should play, because my AVR plays these, but it's got Dolby Atmos, no. Dolby Digital accepts that one. Dolby Digital Plus, it accepts that one. DTS accepts that. And it shows DTS HD that it should play that. AAC says no, and Dolby True HD says it will play that. So, now that's what it selects automatically. Now I can pick the ones I want to pick. And let's say Dolby Digital Plus, DTS, DTS HD. All right, we'll select those automatically. But I tried earlier, and what it does, it will not play in the HD audio. It will play Dolby Digital and DTS, but it will not play that. Oh, here's what I want to do. I want to okay, here's my 4K rip. And see, it says True HD. So I'm going to briefly play that just for a second and see what my AVR shows. Right now it's showing Dolby Digital. So it's not showing HD. So I'll have to figure out why, and I don't think it will play the HD audio codecs. So those settings are not right. Now if we go back to the DRM info, now when I put this one there, it's still maintained its Widevine level 1, still maintained that with HDCP 2.2, so it did not lose any of that. So, but it will not run Netflix. So that's what it is. So this is an upgraded to the existing firmware, which I had for 4 months. And basically the box was useless for me because I primarily use it for MB media player, and it would not play it. So this one does. So either this one, which is the KM Pro, or the KM3. Either one of those two firmware mods works, but not the original firmware that came on the KM9 box. So the KM9 Pro and the KM3 firmware, both of those firmwares I put on this box, and they both work very well. So either one of those will work fine. So, all right, that's what I wanted to show you. Thank you.